Hey guys, what's up? Earlier today, I stumbled onto one of the craziest things I've ever seen before. It was much cringier than Triple C, aka Henry Cejudo. You know, the Cringe King. And to be perfectly honest, I never thought I'd see something more cringy than Henry Cejudo. Check this out, guys. On the MVP ladder from April 16th, Steph Curry was number 9 in the Kia MVP race. Number 9, guys. If you look closer, he's just one above Rudy Gobert. Yeah, that's right. This is the actual MVP race article. Isn't that crazy? Steph Curry is just one spot ahead of Rudy Gobert on the MVP ladder? Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what kind of world I'm living in these days. I mean, Jake Paul is beating up MMA fighters. And Rudy Gobert is just one step behind Steph in the MVP race? Wait, I know. I need a beer. That's better. Smash that like button, guys. Subscribe if you're new. And let's talk about some real basketball. While getting a little buzz off some beer. So I just finished watching Steph Curry torch the 76ers. And I'm sure all of y'all will agree that Steph Curry is much better than Joel Embiid can ever dream to be. I'm not knocking Embiid at all. I actually think when healthy, he's definitely one of the best big men in the league. But Steph Curry, man, he is just next level. I mean, did you all see the game? Especially in the fourth quarter. I may have had a little too much beer, so you know, I thought I was seeing things at first and couldn't believe my eyes. But then I heard Mike Breen's famous bang! And thought to myself and said, this is the baddest dude in the NBA. Ladies and gentlemen, it's official. Steph Curry is the best player currently in the NBA. I'd put him on top of KD, Kyrie, Harden. LeBron would come close, but I'd even put Steph on top of him, and for good reasons. First of all, let's start with the 3 Brooklyn Nets players. If any of them switched places with Steph, how would the Warriors be doing? Well, if Kyrie was on the Warriors, the organization would implode, to be honest. As good as Uncle Drew is, he doesn't elevate the team and have the same impact towards winning as Steph does. You saw what happened with him and the Boston Celtics, right? I mean, as talented as they were, Giannis Antetokounmpo just completely roasted them in the playoffs when he said, against Boston, you could go down 1-0 and still be fine. That's what Giannis thinks of Kyrie. I won't even go into the fact that Kyrie Irving chooses to miss games whenever he doesn't want to play. Next off, Kevin Durant. Well, KD has been out due to injuries for a long time. And if he replaced Steph on the Warriors, they'd probably be dead last because he only played 20 games this season, I think. But let's say he was healthy. He still wouldn't be carrying the Warriors to wins the way Steph is doing it. KD is one of the best offensive weapons in the NBA. But Steph is the best offensive weapon in the NBA. That's the difference. Next off is the beard. If James Harden was on the Warriors, let me think. What do we think would happen? He'd do the same thing he did in Houston. He'd go on national television and say it's impossible to win with this organization. The funny thing about that is, it's not even that much of a joke. The Warriors without Steph are so bad this year, and I don't think James Harden can carry them in a loaded Western Conference. And once he gets frustrated with losing, he'd probably say something similar to what he said about the Rockets. Steph Curry is the only player in the NBA that can carry this team into the postseason. It sort of reminds me of LeBron carrying the Cavaliers to the finals year after year. Except, it's the West, not the East. Remember, guys, not even LeBron could carry the 2019 Lakers into the playoffs. Yes, I know, he was injured at one point, but he did also come back and activate playoff mode. Yet, nothing happened, remember? Now look at Steph. Without him, they lost to a 12th-seeded Toronto Raptors by 60 points. My God, I literally get goosebumps when I think of that. And on the other side of that story, when Steph is in the lineup, this Warriors team is beating the likes of the 76ers, the Lakers, the Utah Jazz. Who else is there that could even be in the conversation for being better than Steph? Luka Doncic, Damian Lillard, Nikola Jokic? First off, let's look at Luka Doncic. Luka Magic is an amazing talent, and I do believe one day he will be the MVP of the league. Right now, though, as good as he is at dominating all 3 statistical categories, he's just not efficient like Steph, so it's tough to consider him the best player in the NBA. I mean, if you were the best player in the NBA, you wouldn't be complaining about the play-in tournament. Next off is Dame time. Damian Lillard sort of thought he was better than Steph at the beginning of the season when he said that this year. You know, Steph wouldn't have the luxury of taking those long shots anymore. Well, that very next day, Curry dropped 62 on the Trail Blazers. And that was that. We all know Steph is better than Damian. And the cool thing is, Damian knows it too. He doesn't say outright that Steph is a better player, but he does call Steph the best shooter ever. This really isn't much of a debate, actually. Anyway, Damian Lillard is a superstar, but Steph is just so next level that he actually revolutionized a sport that was over 100 years old. Last off here is the Joker, Nikola Jokic. The Joker is currently number 1 in the MVP ladder, and for good reasons. He's nearly averaging a triple-double, while nearly having a 50-40-90 season. He's shooting 57% from the field, 42% from beyond the arc, and 85% from the free throw line. He's also averaging about 26 points, 11 rebounds, and 9 assists per game. He's also put his team in a great position in the standings, so the Joker probably has the strongest case out of anyone to be better than Steph. But I'm just going to stop there. I can't see anything bad about the Joker because he's playing stellar basketball. The best thing I can do is just point out what Steph is accomplishing this season. In Steph Curry's last 10 games, he's been averaging 40 points per game, while grabbing about 7 rebounds per game and dishing out 4 assists. He's also been shooting 56% from the field, 49% from beyond the arc, and 91% at the free throw line. He just passed the legendary Kobe Bryant for the most consecutive 30-plus point games for any players 33 or older. I repeat, he just broke one of the Black Mamba's records. He also has the most 40-point games in a month for anybody 33 or older. And he just passed Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan. Let me repeat that. He just passed Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was the best player in the 90s and is considered the greatest of all time. Kobe Bryant was the GOAT's disciple and the best player in the 2000s. Steph Curry just did something neither of them could do. I've been a basketball fan for a long time, and I've been a big NBA fan for well over a decade, and I've never seen anybody guarded the way Steph is being guarded. Stephen Curry is being double-teamed and triple-teamed on a Monday night in the first quarter? Isn't that crazy? Let me repeat that again. Stephen Curry is being double-teamed and triple-teamed on a Monday night in the first quarter. Man, that's crazy. But dang, that's still not as crazy as the fact that Rudy Gobert is literally right below Steph Curry on the MVP ladder. Well, to be honest though, Rudy Gobert is a pretty lethal player. I mean, he did do something Steph Curry could never do in a million years. Rudy Gobert literally, single-handedly shut down the entire league last year with his antics when he was talking to reporters about the pandemic. All jokes aside, Steph Curry is the best player in the NBA, and it's not even close. If LeBron was a couple years younger, the narrative might be a little different. Don't get me wrong though, prior to LeBron James being tackled by Solomon Hill, he was playing incredible basketball. I mean, he doesn't have the lift that he had in the past, but he has developed that mid-range fadeaway that Kobe used to do in the Staples Center. LeBron is one of the few players that makes his team better, and without him, the Lakers would stink. The thing is though, without Steph Curry on the Golden State Warriors, that franchise would probably be bleeding money left and right. They'd stink so bad that Joe Lacob might have to sell the team. Okay, you're right, that's a bit extreme, but without Steph, that organization has to go through a complete makeover. I mean, new roster, new coach, and perhaps even Bob Myers would have to go. And the even crazier thing is, maybe I'd have to go.